Start the regular season by selecting your season goal. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft when you're ready.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Browns' latest pick.
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot be emphasized enough, and that's exactly what every GM I talked to described him as. His ability to play physical and to outwork his opposition off the line have also been areas of high praise on his journey to the draft. This skill set could be seen in numerous games this year where he completely shut down some of this draft's top-rated wide receivers. When you're tasked with neutralizing an opponent's number one wideout each week, there's a great deal of responsibility to ensure you're not just physically ready, but also mentally ready. This is another important trait the GMs I spoke with mentioned to me that made them so excited about this guy. The hope is that he will quickly learn the playbook, get some solid reps in the preseason, and come week one, be ready to play.
The Browns are now on the clock.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
I think if you go back and look at his all-star performance, you'll see what kind of linebacker he can be for this team. He was a tackling machine during the All-Star game, one of the few defenders to finish with over 10 tackles that day. But what scouts liked most out of his day was his sense of awareness and ability to read where the ball was going. He played with confidence and never let the option or play action catch him off guard, finishing with several tackles in the backfield. The GM loved what he saw out of him during All-Star Week, and it was a no-brainer taking him with this pick.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Redskins' latest pick.
This kid is an explosive defensive talent. Sadly for fans of college football, his career came to an abrupt end after he suffered a grade 3 groin tear while attempting to make a tackle. After surgery, weeks of intensive, platelet-rich plasma therapy, and months of strength training of the affected area, he looked like his old self when he took the field for his pro day. Some scouts in attendance even felt as though he looked stronger and faster than before the injury. I'd expect him to get reps with the first-team defense come training camp, and don't be surprised to see him starting in Week 1.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Now that the Broncos have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter for more.
High on many experts' draft boards early in the season, including Todd McShay's, here's a guy that saw his stock dramatically fall after several public altercations with his coaching staff on the sideline. One owner I spoke with went as far as saying his antics were so disturbing that they immediately eliminated him from their team's big board. Others viewed the altercations as a sign he's passionate about the game and not that he has any type of disdain for authority. Either way, there are enough questions about his character now that make this pick a bit of a risk. They say winning cures all ills, so it should be very interesting to see what happens should this team not get off to a good start.
The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first look. Look is incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. 9 yards to go. It's third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Chicago, it's a win here in their home opener as they move.
The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Here are all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select to scout this player, and each skill unlocked will cost you scouting points. Spend as many as...
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
We've seen a trend in the past few years of teams preferring quicker defensive linemen, and he fits that mold. He wasn't talked about a lot until he ran one of the faster 40s and 3 cone drills among linemen. Matt Miller told me that if he can just develop a set of rush moves and a little more bulk, he can become a possible breakout player. With his natural speed and potential, he could become an interesting project at pass rusher for this team.
The Texans are now on the clock.
The Colts pick is in. Adam, give us the rundown.
He was one of the favorites to come out of the pro days purely for his want and desire to do everything the coaches and scouts asked him to do. He ran drill after drill, sometimes a second or third time, using a different technique. He didn't necessarily kill any single drill, but what he did do was display the ability to take instruction well and a great ability to adjust to different scenarios. He's a defensive back I can see playing any role in the secondary with some aptitude. We'll just see how the team plans to use him come September.
Eagles have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
He's a linebacker who has a bit of speed, but when it comes to quickly changing directions, he can struggle at times. During the drop back drills, it looked as if his first step or two when changing directions took longer than most NFL coaches prefer. He showed enough at the combine for scouts to feel good about his run-stopping ability, but his inability to change direction may make him a weak link on the inside during passing plays. I'm sure the team will be finding ways to rotate him in and out of the game until he becomes less of a liability on long-distance downs.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
One of this draft's toughest players, here's a guy who played the majority of his final collegiate season with a broken foot. Long suffering with plantar fasciitis in the affected foot, doctors discovered several hairline fractures across the first, second, and third metatarsals during a routine therapy session. Translation? His foot was essentially shattered. Recovery took months, and he used the time wisely, studying film of just about every NFL team and preparing for interviews. No surprise that he blew scouts and even a few GMs away with his knowledge of NFL offensive schemes. This is an intelligent, hard-nosed defensive back who's going to make his fair share of big plays before his professional career is over.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
Well, Larry, there's a new stadium set to open in Inglewood in 2019, but for now, we're in the heart of the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They come out here in the I. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They go play action with Gurley. Now pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On the stop was T.J. McDonald. They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. The 20, 10, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
He'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Their big tight end, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Bears have taken the early lead. So we just witnessed. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
He's the type of offensive lineman that doesn't get mentioned often by the commentators, but when they do, it's complimentary. He's a smart, big guy who knows how to play mistake-free at the line. In fact, he won a stretch of games this season in which he didn't allow a single sack. That's an impressive feat for any college offensive lineman, and it's no wonder to see a team take him. He's going to have to adjust to the larger size and strength of NFL defensive linemen, but I think his intangibles are stronger than any lineman in this class.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
He stole a lot of thunder from one of the better receiver prospects at the All-Star game, and it helped him get noticed by scouts around the league. He made one of the biggest studs in college disappear from the game, netting 0 catches and only a few targets. He played lockdown defense all day, removing his assignment from the play almost every time. And whenever a pass was thrown to the receiver, he was the first player to have a hand on the ball. The coaches left him on an island on his own, and he was more than capable in single coverage. The team is fortunate to have picked him up before anyone else could, and I'm sure he can have an immediate impact on their secondary.
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
He's a ferocious defender whose speed makes him a nightmare for offenses when he blitzes. After setting the team record for sacks in a game, he soared up draft boards. Scouts I spoke with raved about his football IQ, feeling he could captain a defense in a matter of years. Sources tell me that aside from his fierce reputation to get to the quarterback, his true value is that he can impact the game mentally as well as physically. Opposing offensive coordinators will need to give great thought to assigning a back or tight end to stay at home and block him during pass plays. This eliminates an offensive weapon and shifts the balance of power to the defense. Not many linebackers in this league garner that type of attention, making him a special talent.
Now that the Texans have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more.
Leading into his pro day, scouts expressed a great deal of concern over his inability to string together consistent positive performances. Those who attended came away extremely impressed with his raw physical abilities and footwork, feeling that with time and proper coaching, he could develop into a formidable NFL lineman. This pick may not pay immediate dividends, but it's a solid investment in the future of the offensive line.
Bills just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
A fundamentally sound offensive lineman whose last collegiate season was ended prematurely by a nasty ankle injury. He's a guy who has the potential to become a centerpiece on the line for years to come. If there's one point of contention about him, it's that after talking to several of my sources, there's a significant worry about the strength of his surgically repaired right ankle. The original injury happened when the ankle appeared to buckle while he was not engaged.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. You have a big decision to make about one of your players. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Thank you very much, Larry. You are looking live at the Georgia Dome here in downtown Atlanta. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Fresh set of downs here.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And here's a look at the starting offense. Ten yards still left on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is third and goal.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now, 4th down.
A road win in the National Football League.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now. 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Lions going up against the Bears. With that, let's get out to Soldier Field. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Who will punch the 4th and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
Throwing is Stafford, and his first pass is incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Back to the air. Stafford on second. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Play faked Abdullah. It's Stafford. Backing up. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the
often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They're going to look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Bears have taken the... Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. An offensive and defensive game plan. Each week you can focus train 3 players for... Everybody, I'm Larry.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. They go play action here on first down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll drop to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38. He'll look to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're... And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But when he...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding time. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NF. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 62 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A try here for the extra point. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The defense for the Cowboys getting set to go. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Their dangerous wide receiver, 71 yards. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 5. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
A first down carry by Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play.
Come on, let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation. Forthcoming.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with time running out. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go.
Back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Back to throw. He's got time. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
He's going to look deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they have the football. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now back to throw. Going for the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to take another He's got him in. Complete. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play in good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. It's a gain of 5. And they're able to pick. As always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.